So if you're reading the title of this video, you're probably wondering, do I regret selling my Camaro in order to drive the Jeep Wrangler Unlimited as my daily driver? Well, I'm gonna let you guys know what are my thoughts. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. There's only really a few cases in which I really miss the Camaro. Overall, that's really not a lot, but I will say there is three major things. The first thing is driving stick shift. As a daily driver, you would probably think driving a automatic would be better than driving a manual or 5-speed or 6-speed or stick shift, whatever you want to call it or whatever it is. For me personally, I think driving the stick shift was just more fun and more engaging as a daily driver. It made every drive interesting and every drive more fun. When I first was starting to look for Jeep Wranglers, I was trying to find one that was a manual. But when I found this one, it was optioned out great. It was priced, pretty well. And I went with this one, even though it was an automatic. If I could have found a manual, I would have gone with a manual over the automatic, but it is what it is. I will say driving a stick shift as your daily driver for myself is still more fun than driving a automatic. But I will say the one thing though I do like the automatics more for is just going through drive-throughs. I don't know why, I just hated going through a drive-through with the manual, just to stop, go, stop, go, stop, go. God, that was annoying. I mean, I guess you just get used to it, but that's one thing I never really liked doing, is just doing the drive-through. I don't know why, that was annoying for me. Driving a stick shift for your daily driver was much more fun and much more engaging than driving the automatic. So I do miss that about the Camaro more than probably anything else, is the fact that it was a stick shift, and that was just so much more fun. The second thing is the highway presence. I do a lot of highway driving on the interstate and just on normal highways and stuff like that. And I will say that the highway presence in this versus in the Camaro, there's no comparison. In the Camaro, you had so much more highway presence. Other cars would usually get out of your way, especially, the speed limit 65, so you usually do about 10 over. And if you're inside the faster lane, inside the Camaro, usually cars just get over if you're coming up behind them. In the Jeep, not so much. I mean, sometimes, yes, smaller cars, I will say, probably respect you more, but other like trucks or SUVs, they don't really respect you at all. If anything, people try to pass you because you're in a Jeep. They're like, oh, this guy's gonna be going slow. So on the highway driving aspect of it, I will say the Camaro definitely has this beat, for a daily driver. There's no comparison on that. I mean, let's be honest. But yeah, so I will say that on the highway, I do miss having the Camaro, because with the Camaro, you can just get on the highway and just drive, and usually cars just get out of your way. The third thing is whenever I'm looking at other sports cars or looking at other cars, enthusiast cars, anything like that, that could be in videos or in person or at car shows or whatever those type of things may be. Whenever I'm just looking at other sports cars or thinking about other sports cars, that's when sometimes I start thinking about the Camaro more fondly and start having, better memories of it. But still though, for a daily driver, I don't think the Camaro beats out the Jeep Wrangler. Even when I start looking at other sports cars and looking at other guys driving their cars as their daily drivers, I still wouldn't say that the Camaro is a better daily driver than the Jeep Wrangler. Even just honestly, when I was coming to film this video, I just saw someone else, they had their, I believe it was either a 350Z or a 370Z. I was looking at that and I was like, man, it's a really nice car. It was nice, all blacked out. It looked really good actually, but even when I start looking at that, it makes me think like, oh yeah, my Camaro was pretty cool too. But still though, for a daily driver, I'm still much more happy with the Jeep than I am with the Camaro. I don't know, but yeah, but it's mostly whenever I look at other people's sports cars and stuff like that, that's when I start thinking more about the Camaro. But still, for a daily driver, you really can't beat this. But yeah, those are the main things that I miss about daily driving the Camaro over the Jeep Wrangler. I still don't regret my decision of selling the Camaro in order to buy the Jeep Wrangler. I still do not regret that at all. If anything, it makes me think of wanting to have a sports car as your weekend car, or not your daily driver, just as your other car, and then you can really transform that vehicle into a much more track oriented or more performance based. Just have that separate from your daily driver, because when you're trying to blend those two together, I mean, that's when things doesn't always work out the best, of having a true performance car and then trying to pick up groceries, do your normal shopping and like all your normal daily duty things. So yeah, for myself, I will say that I do not regret selling the Camaro. This is a much better vehicle, the Jeep Wrangler, in my opinion, for a daily driver. But yeah, if anything, it just made me rethink things and making me just want to purchase a second vehicle as a fun car. But yeah, so thanks guys so much for watching this video. If you like this video, give it a like. Check out some of the other videos that I've done. I've done videos before on the past on my previous Camaro, but I plan on doing a whole bunch more videos on this Jeep Wrangler. So if you like these type of videos, check out my channel. Thanks guys, see you.